This is all you should need to do the resistor mod on your Bambu Labs P1S. You're going to need your hot end, of course, some wire strippers, wire snips, a little bit of heat shrink, an Allen key to take this fan off, a 33 ohm resistor, some solder, solder paste, and a soldering iron. I think it's best to start out with your wires oriented the same way they are in the printer. It's going to be this second connector. It should be on the bottom in the printer, kind of sits like this. You're going to get this one out of the way. And this outer white wire, not the one with this shiny tubing, is the one we're going to splice into. You're going to want to mock up the resistor kind of like this. And you're going to run one leg across the top of the fan. Once you do so, I would mark it with a Sharpie as to where you want to cut, and then we can take this fan off. So to take that fan off, there's these two little screws right on the bottom, and they should come off no problem. You can just set that fan off to the side, and that gives you a little extra room to work with here. At this point, now that the fan is off, I would mock it up again just to see exactly how you want it to sit. I'm going to want mine to sit pretty much right in line with this at a 90-degree angle. So I'm going to want to cut this white wire right there at that Sharpie mark. Then we're going to have to strip this side and this side. Now that I got those stripped, I'm going to warm up the soldering iron and tin both ends of this. While the soldering iron is heating up, I'm going to cut the resistor legs to size. This one's going to be just about there. And this one, I'm going to make a little bit long. So it should be roughly like that. Now I'm going to tin my resistor here. I'm going to take a tiny piece of heat shrink and slide it over this wire. Just like that. Since both this and this are tinned, should be able to solder them together relatively easily. Once that bottom one is soldered on together, you can slide the heat shrink over and use either a lighter or your soldering iron to shrink that tubing. You can now tuck this wire right back up into where it was, just like that. I'm going to take a little shorter piece of heat shrink, put it over the resistor as much as I can. Line everything back up. And solder these two wires together. Once you get it soldered up, you just have to push your heat shrink over and shrink it with either a lighter or your iron again. Once you get that shrunk up again, you can simply reinstall your fan, just how it was before. And now you can reinstall in your printer.